Hi everyone, my name is Megan Gullifer. I'm a junior at the U, and last year I went on Big Break 2013, and it was really a great experience for me. And this year I get to be a fire seed, which basically means the students get to help plan the event for the other students. And so I'm with about 5 other people, and I get to make a video about how to raise support for the trip by writing support letters. So Big Break costs in total $570, which is a big number and it's kind of scary. Basically that breaks down into $320 for the conference when you register and sign up, and then at a later time we'll pay right before we leave, I think that Wednesday before we leave or earlier, is $250 for the bus ride. Alright, so before you can start writing the support letter, you have to think of who you can send the letter to. So first brainstorm a list of who you can send the letter to. The list can just go on, from your parents to your siblings to employees that you work with, coaches, past coaches, friends of your parents, people from your church, relatives, a lot of family, some friends, maybe people in your Bible study who might not be going. I know for one, if I know you, I'll support you. I love supporting people on their big breaks and summer projects and everything. So yeah, just make that list. Basically, the sky's the limit. You can come up with a huge list and just send them the letter and just pray about it and see what happens and how God moves with that, moves them through that. Alright, so then after you've made your list, then you can start writing your support letter. And the first thing to do is you can make a very basic format of your letter, but make sure that it is personalized. So after you print each letter, make sure that you change the last name so it can be Dear Mr. or Mrs. Jones or whoever it is. Make sure that changes every time, makes it a little more personal. There are a lot of basic formats for writing support letters, and they can be found all over the internet. There's some really good ones. We have a website called crewpressgreen.com, and I'll put the link on the bottom of this video, and it's just /raising support for summer projects, and it has the same process that I'm going through, kind of going based off of it. So then while writing the letter, you can start out and say kind of what's happening in your life, kind of catch them up to speed on what you're doing, that you're really involved in Crew, and that kind of how Crew has impacted your college life. In my support letter last year, I wrote how I was in a Bible study and kind of the basic premises of what Crew is. You can do the history of Crew. You can also find that on this template. This template letter that I have. Okay, so then you can go, the next paragraph is going into what the mission is. So if it's a summer project or a big break, you can write about going to Big Break. If you've never been, there's a lot of information you can find on big-break.com, kind of the history of Big Break and kind of what it's all about. So you can get a lot of information there. If you've gone past years, write about your experience then. And for me, I'm going to be rewriting letters, and I'm going to insert my own personal experience from last year. And just talk about what we're doing down there. Big Break specifically, we're going to be learning evangelism tips, and we're going to go out to the beach and evangelize to other college students that are around us. And So yeah, and then the next paragraph would be about how much you need to raise, and it's best to specifically write how much you need and by when, because then they'll realize how important it is to, if they want to support, to the turnaround time to send it back. And you just kind of write about what the needs are for: bus ride, living situations, groceries, the conference in general, and just ask if they would join your team by supporting you, and write also that checks are made out to crew and they are tax deductible because it is tax season. And just end the letter by saying how much you appreciate. Sorry, my computer logged me out. Okay. So yeah, just write how much you appreciate it, and thank them for their time for reading the letter and opening the letter, and just also put your phone number there too in case they want to call you and have any questions. And yeah, say thank you. And then what I did last year was I would say like the sincerely and then leave it blank so that when you print it out you can actually sign your name, so that it's more personal, especially it's important for it to be personal to the person. So after your letter is all written, maybe even have your discipler or someone read it over once. Anyone, crew staff, email it to me. I'll read it over. I would love to do that. So then this third step is call. I personally think that it's more for if you haven't, it's like an information overload. So if you haven't talked to them in a long time and you're asking them for money, I would call them and just kind of catch them up to speed, see if they have any questions, and just let them know your personal hopes for this conference and your specific prayer requests. So then once you send them, the best way would be to send it in a big envelope like this so that you can fold your letter into 3, but then also include a self-addressed and stamped smaller one to fit in there so that they don't have to worry about more, sending it back, finding an envelope, whatnot. It just kind of helps them with the process so that it's easier for them to just send it back in the check. So then, self-addressed, put a stamp on it, put your address, and then hopefully you'll get these back. So then we head off to our trip. We have a great time. We see how much God moves and how awesome of an experience it's going to be. And then once you're back, make sure right away that you send cute little thank you cards. Doesn't have to be cute like this, but cute thank you. Just kidding. Any kind of thank you card. And just say like how much you appreciated their support for making your trip possible, and kind of give a breakdown, more details about the event. Say like exactly how many people went, how the results went, how you saw God move that week, and everything. It can be a short thank you note, just thank them for supporting you, and and then send that off to them right when you get back as well. Well, there's my video. I hope it helped a little bit and kind of gets you, excited for writing your support letter and not as nervous. I'll put my email down at the bottom of this video, and you can email me if you have any questions, talk to anybody on staff, talk to anybody who's got on Big Break or a summer project. The fire seeds are me, Megan Doran, Aaron Shaw, Steve Bonwell, and Henry Reimer. Mike Mui on staff is kind of in charge of us, and so he also can answer any questions. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully see you on Big Break because it's going to be an awesome week. So take care. God bless.